Hey guys, so I just wanted to briefly talk about some of the things that just came to my mind that I've been wanting to talk about regarding the spiritual community. Basically, those people who, or anyone who really identifies themselves as being spiritual, which is kind of stupid if you are a part of this spiritual community or, you in groups talking about esoteric topics or, you know, whether it's new age and things like that, which I don't really identify with personally right now. But my point in bringing this up is because you know obviously everyone is spiritual, whether they think so or not, or believe in spirituality or not. They are essentially a spiritual being experiencing the human experience. So, by that definition, we are all spiritual. Now, who I'm talking about in this video is specifically those who identify as being spiritual, who are aware of their spiritual essence. Um, Whether, whatever religion they subscribe to, it doesn't really matter. If they themselves consider themselves as spiritual, then this is who I'm talking about here. And so these people that I've seen, this particular demographic, which happen to be, what I at least what I notice a lot more of, are people in the spiritual, the new age aspect of the spiritual. It's like another offshoot of, which there's nothing new about this type of spirituality. It's all just watered down shit that people have talked about for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, and they kind of just mishmatch it and to create their own type of to make it seem as though it's some new, development or some new type of thing, but really. There's nothing new about some of the things that they've mentioned in the New Age circles. But my point in bringing this up is that I noticed that those type of people, not everyone, happen to be very avoidant when it comes to difficult topics, whether it's con- basically anything controversial or taboo, whether it's just kind of talking about certain, um, ugly things about society or like politics, just anything difficult. They're almost like allergic to talking about it, as if like, no, I'm okay, I'm gone. It's not spiritual, it's not positive, so I'm out of here. Or they'll kind of go about it in a way that's like, oh well, I'm beyond that because I don't talk about politics. It's so negative, and if you focus on that, that's what you become, or that's what you can. That's what is manifested. But to me, that's kind of like an easy cop out, and it's essentially a form of spiritual bypassing to act as though the shadows do not exist, that there's no ugly aspect of society or the human aspect. But in reality, life isn't just love and light. There's also shadows as well. There's also hate. There's these ugly aspects of humanity and society that is real. And it can't be, we can't just turn the other cheek and act as if it doesn't exist. In fact, that's only perpetuating the negativity, the shadows, and therefore we aren't healing from some of these negative aspects of society. There's nothing that we can grow from or learn from, because as with anything that you just sweep and dust under the rug, that doesn't get addressed, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? So that's the key thing I'm trying to say here. But well, one of the things, but my main message also is that if one is truly spiritual and identifies as a spiritual person and is all about that spiritual life, if you're standing on your spiritual business, then you would actually have to address everything about the reality. There's nothing that is, off the table. Everything is in question. Everything can and will be discussed. No matter how taboo or how difficult the topic is, if you truly are spiritual and are about that life and are about being a whole, holistic person, then you should include these difficult aspects about humanity and society. And the key takeaway here, or the key hook, I should say, that about this whole reason why I'm talking about this topic is that in order for us to be truly free, to be truly considered a free spirit, one has to talk about these things. One cannot just avoid or dismiss or pretend as though it doesn't exist. To be truly free, basically, spirituality and freedom goes hand in hand. You can't be truly spiritual and truly free unless you talk about these topics. It's just words. It's these things. It's words, but it all symbolizes. It means something, and we can't just avoid it or pretend they don't exist. And so that's my key takeaway here is that we are to be truly free, to be healed from these ugly aspects, these ugly things about humanity, these shadows, the insecurities, the pain, the trauma. To be free from this, we have to integrate it and understand and speak about it, because that's just part of the healing process. We need to feel it to heal it. So, true spirituality truly talks about these difficult things. And if it's politics that has to do with society, we have to talk about certain things. It's not to dwell in it and like be consumed by it, but we need to actually address it and heal it, and to help understand those things so it can help with our healing process. Because hiding from it, um, or just diluting ourselves and acting as though it doesn't exist, doesn't help us. So yeah, that's the main message there. So if you want to be free, speak about these things, especially as the world is in a bit of a tumultuous time. And some people, I don't think a lot of people have even thought about some of these difficult things about life or society or certain politics, because to them it's like, oh well, it's beyond them, in a sense that they don't have to think about it, or they don't have to talk about it because it's negative, or but I think it's not to say that you have to be, to go into politics or fight or do these things. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. I'm saying it helps to be informed, to know enough about it, and to talk about our morals and what is right and what is wrong, so that when time comes, when we have to make a decision and putting our, lines in the sand, so to speak, that we're well equipped to know what we need to do, morally, ethically, and so on. Because if we don't talk about these things and, we just avoid it, then we're just kicking the can down the road and prolonging our healing process collectively. So I think that'll be the end of this. I want to enjoy the rest of the view and the sunset. So as you can see, it's a beautiful day for 4th of July. Enjoy. Shit. Spot. I like this spot.